Hi everyone. I know it's been a while. Been busy with a lot of other things, personal stuff that I had to take care of, but I'm back here and I'm starting this new video with the Descent Legend of the Dark from Fantasy Flight. And this is a little different than the regular Descent 2nd edition. There is an app that is used, and we will show you how to set that up, and we will also go through all the components and go through the rules like we normally do, and then we will start our campaign. So let's first things first, we are going to start doing the setup. The first thing we have to set up is our app. So what we're going to do is go to the iPad. I will bring it close to the iPad so you can see what is going on, and we'll explain what we're doing. And as soon as that's done, we will go through the components. Okay. All right. So let's get to the pad. Let's get the pad on the table and get started set up. All right. Okay. So we have our app on our iPad here. And the first thing we have to do is set up the new campaign. So we'll hit that. And we have to pick a party name. So I am going to set up team. Oh no. Let's see. Heroes. Heroes of the North. Ooh. Evil. Let's do that. It's not going to fit. Well done. Okay, we hit standard for sure. So we're starting. And it's going to start loading. And it says continue, so hit that. Okay.
Army of the undead, the Dragon Lords. 3 times has Terranov been brought to the brink of ruin, and 3 times have great heroes risen to save it. But those heroes are gone, and the evil has returned. The first of Terranov's 12 baronies has fallen to the Ethuk Ilan. The Council dispatched a great army to meet the threat, sending the Ethuk scattering. But what was a single enemy became 10,000, as impossible to fight as smoke, but still as deadly as fire. Once again, darkness gathers. Ethuk stalk the wilds, the undead muster in the north, and another old enemy gathers its strength as the baronies falter.
Okay, so a small caravan has made a camp along the road through the hanging woods. One group of travelers sits apart from the rest. 4 figures stare into the flames of the campfire, each with their own thoughts. Fire crackles, the only sound in the summer light. We nearly made it, Indris. Tomorrow we'll be in Frostgate, and then we can send our letter to the Baroness. Does the bird ever talk back? She's a fire spirit. She doesn't talk exactly. It's more of an empathetic connection. Why write to Baroness Edelin? Since the accident that bound me and Indris, well, we have to more or less wander and look for opportunities to learn more magic. I'm hoping that Baroness Adeline will let me study her ailerons, those majestic birds Fortin is so famous for. I think they might be magical too. What about the rest of you? What comes next once we reach Farscape? It doesn't matter. It has to matter. Silence reigns for a moment. Or I could just guess. How about we play a guessing game? Alright, Bryn, it's Bryn, right? Let's see. I think the group chooses. So Bryn, I'm gonna pick as a hard mercenary. You are a hard mercenary. You took only the jobs aligned with your own moral code until you were betrayed. Now you're seeking vengeance, not hot on the heels of your former captain. Vengeance isn't the marshal's way. You were trained to seek justice, which is a very different thing. But there aren't very many marshals anymore. The I'm gonna remember that name. Attacked the nearly wiped us out before I completed my training. Hook are a scourge on us all. I'm so sorry, Bryn, if you ever want to talk. Galden, you're next. I think the group chooses. You are hunting the White Hart. You are riding the White Hart, and you promised your family you won't return until you found it and asked it for your mystical boon. The White Hart? What sort of nonsense is this? Well, that then. Did you lose someone to the Utu? Too? Is that how you lost your hearing? I lost my hearing in early adulthood, as it's very common to my bloodline, and I don't care to answer any more questions. Reading everyone's lips by firelight is draining enough without dwelling on the past. Pastor Varex, if you want to learn more of your past, it's your turn next. Leave me out of this. Oh, much too late, Varex. I think you are searching for... Enough. Our history is easy to guess. I did not tear my own wings to shreds. A hybrid drags one tail on across a tattered mass of scars along one arm. All that remains is their wings. As for who tore them and why, that information is private. I will not share it with chance met traveling companions who happen to be escorting the same caravan. The Dragon Lord who attacked Hill, did you have anything to do with it? The time when all kin served the Dragon Lords is long past. Some still do, but others have found a different path, a better path. I serve no dragon. Let's focus on the caravan. I saw lights through the trees, not that far away. A guard tower. One of the barony's watchtowers guarding the road north, yes. With them so close by, we should have an eventful night. The caravan settles down for the night, merchants and hostlers spreading out into the surrounding woods for privacy and comfort. Surely with the watchtower close by, they will be safe. Select heroes for the quest. Okay, so what we're going to do as I'm picking the lizard.
Our struggle continues.
And I'm going to take the guy with the falcon
We are thankful for the
and
opportunity.
confirm. Because when you play a solo game, you have to play with at least 2 characters. And it says, even if you near a watchtower, we should set a watch. Varric says, any volunteers? As a group, choose which hero should be on watch. Varric's, because he's got better. So continue. Okay. It says, at first the night passes inventively with Varric watching over the others as they sleep. But of course no great tale begins on a quiet night. Varric spots movement in the shadows not far from the caravan in the dark. Shapes too sinister to be animals pass between trees and linger behind bushes. Something is not right. Alright, so we're basically set up on our app. So I'm going to bring this down. Bring the volume down. Alright, and so we'll set this up and then we'll go into getting all our materials out and I'll explain all that stuff. So let's shut this down and we'll start unboxing the box. Okay, so we set up our app and we're going to get our box out here and unbox this. Pretty big box. One good thing about this box is it's 2 type of boxes. The first thing we have is all our nice cardboard pieces, like our arches, our stilts, our trees, all types of things that we're going to be using during the game. And we already assembled them, and also stairs, and so forth. So these are going to go by this side for a second. We don't really need to talk about those yet. Main stuff is in here. So first thing we have is all our tiles that we use for the game. And they're all double-sided. See? So these get placed out here. Okay. Then we have our inlays that have different colors. So these are the lava. We have our spikes. And we have our water. And looks like some type of poison type ones that we have in here. So these will be used during the game also. We set these aside to go next to these. Okay, then we have our rules here at this point. So I'll set these aside with my little script that I have. We have a lore guide that basically comes with a story of all our different characters. If you do get this game, you can read it beforehand to get some gist of what characters you want to pick. Alright, so this can be set aside, we don't need this. It also comes with a assembly page to assemble all your cardboard 3-dimensional things like your chest, your gates, your bookcases and so forth. But we've already done that, so we don't need that for the game. Then we get a bunch of cards. For the first scenario, we are going to be using our consumable cards. And we're going to pick our weapons. But first, we need to figure out what our weapons are here in a second. We're going to grab our character cards. So one thing we do have is our combat dice, the different colors. We have orange, our black, and our blue dice. Let me set those aside there. We do have some fatigue markers that we will be using during the game. These will be used a lot during the game. So we'll explain those in a second. We place those on the cards that we will have available to play. Also we have some other cards for our different characters that we won't be using during this round, but we're using one of these cheat sheets that we have. We have to get one of those. The skills we do not need, so we'll set those aside for right now. We will not be using those during this scenario. We also have our little markers. This thing right here is used during when we use the stairs to put our characters on there for bigger characters so they can stand on a three-dimensional figure, like the stairs and so forth, so they don't fall. We also have colored markers that are going to be used, and that will be shown on the app which ones we will use, and this will determine what monsters are out there and which ones we're attacking, so we know which one we're going to go to on our app. And we'll show you how that goes when we get there. And these also have markings on the sides of them from 1 to 4. And those are mostly for colorblind people. If they have colorblindness, they can tell which one is which. And they will be shown on the app which markings you should be showing. Okay, so that's those. We also have condition markers. And we'll go into those more in detail here in a second. We're just going to set them next to all our markers. Right now, the blue ones you mainly use for flipping cards. These green ones are going to be the poison. If you get poison, you will put one of these on your character or on a monster, whatever. If the monster gets poisoned, then we'll get one of those. We also have orange tokens, and we'll explain those in a bit, what those are for. Bleeding. Red ones. And then we have these purple markers. But we'll see if we get any of those conditions during our first scenario, I'm not sure. Then we also have our Explorer and Explorer tokens, and then also the other side is for other type of token that will be used to place, so we know we get adjacent to these white tokens, they will immediately activate on the app, and we'll see what happens. Okay, then we have our health meters that we will need. We also, these won't be used because we'll need to. Then I will get my two characters. I have Varix and I have Cyrus. So those are the two I'm using. The rest of these will go in the box. And then we have our miniatures for our monsters and also for our characters. We'll put those away. We'll list all this stuff, the cards and so forth we don't need. These right here for now. And then these can go to the side. Okay. We have our two characters, and Cyrus has a health of 7, so we'll put that there. Varix has his health of 8, so we'll put that there. Okay. And then we have to make sure all our cards we need, our consumables are out. Okay, I have those. We get any of that stuff. We also have our injury cards that we will be using. And also our summary cards that we can use for our characters. The rest of these, I think these are all, or later. Let's get some wool so it goes there. Okay. Excuse me. And then we get our weapon for the character. Our weapon cards, we have 2 cards on each. We're going to start with our regular weapon. And that's part of the game. You have for Varix, he has a Iron Thorn Warbell and also a Witchwatch Spear. And that is probably what he will be using first because that's a reach weapon. So we want to try to have some so we can get away from being adjacent, maybe 1 space extra, so that'd be good. For the Cyrus, he's going to use his staff because that's also a reach weapon. Or does he want to use his range weapon? He could use the wand that gets range. But he gets more damage with the staff, so let's just do that. And then the rest of these cards will go back in the box. Alright, so we have everything set up ready to go to start this game. Alright, we are going to, I'm just going to explain how a round works real quick. Basically, each character will get 3 actions. 1 has to be a movement action. And each character has a different movement. Varus has 3 spaces he can move, and Cyrus has 4 that he can move. The other 2 actions can be anything that is in the rulebook. Movement is 1, so you can do all 3 actions of movement if you want. If you need to go far to get near someone. You also can attack a monster. If you're adjacent to it, you can attack a monster. The other one is explore, like we said, with the blue tokens. If you see a blue token, you can explore. Or explore could also mean a 3-dimensional figure that's on the board, like a chest or so forth. You could try linking to that and see if there's anything you can do to open it or whatever, and that's an explore action also. Also, you can ready a card. So basically what a ready card means, let's say for example, Varix had, he can have a maximum of 2 fatigue tokens on here. Then he wanted to ready his other weapon. What happens is, that could be one of your actions, you flip it over, and whatever conditions or fatigue gets lost because it gets flipped over and is gone. The same thing goes with the character card. The character card is double-sided. You have 2 different abilities. The Varix has Respite, and it says for 2 fatigue, during your turn you or an adjacent hero heals 2 health. Or you can do Survival, and that's 2 stamina, 2 fatigue, and that's during your attack add 1 surge. Okay? During your attack, so it gives you ability. Now the surge ability that he has right now is mainly add 1 hit to any hero, and to any hero may discard 1 condition. So if you have a condition on any card, you can take that off. So that, I think that's what I'll use. I'll use Survival. And Cyrus has Empower. He's got 1 stamina after you roll and convert 1 hit, 1 plus to 2 hits. That's just 2 stars. Or on the other side is Phoenix Spawn, and it says for 1 action. Now this is this action that also you can do. It says an enemy in a line of sight suffers 2 hits for each stamina on this card. Then flip this card over. Alright, so that would be an action, a specified action you can do. And that's used by the arrow. So any arrow symbol that you see on any card will give you additional action that you can do. It's not considered a using stamina. You just automatically do that action. But that is one of those actions you can include on those 3 actions that you can do. Okay, but I think I'm going to use Empower first, because I can use that for my attacking. Alright, so I'll set that up. So we're all set up here for our characters, already ready to go. Also talking about those condition tokens. On the card here, it says infection. Well, this is the green ones. And when time passes, that's after the round passes over, it says suffer 1 hit for each infected card. So any card that has one of those markers, you will get 1 hit. That means, depending on how many hits you will take off for your health. So that's not good. Terror. This is the terror condition. When time passes, suffer 1 fatigue on each terrified card. Alright, so that's not good either, because you have to only have a maximum amount of fatigue you can put on a card. If you have to suffer more fatigue than what is required, you will lose a health. Alright, scar. When it's scarred, the red ones, scarred, card flips, suffer 2 hits. So basically, if this is placed on here and you have to flip it, then you're going to get 2 hits on your character. Prepare. The purple ones, during your turn, discard from a card to flip this card. So this doesn't include as an action, so you can just do this. It's not a ready action. If you have this on this thing, you can automatically just flip it with no actions involved. And focus, basically discard to reroll 1 die. So if you have a focus blue one, you can take one of the dice that you didn't like rolling, you can reroll it again. So it's like a reroll. Okay? Alright. So that is how we set up our characters. Alright, the rest of it kind of comes in effect when you play the app and how we set up the map. But right now, the first scenario is kind of going to show us how the rules activate, how you activate stuff. They'll explain certain things on the app and stuff like that. So we are going to let's see if there's anything else I can think of that's really important for us to know. Talking about the dice. Okay, so I said that there's surges on here, the lightning bolts. You also have pluses, and you have stars. The stars mean it's an automatic hit. If you get a plus, you can use that plus and pay a fatigue. Put it on one of your cards, and you can use that plus as an automatic hit. You also have surges. The surges come in effect with these surge conditions that you have on all your cards. If you have a surge condition you can use on one of your cards, you can take that surge and use it during that combat. Okay. So that's how that works. Defense, basically the same thing. Anytime you get a star, it's going to be automatic defense. And if you get a plus, the same thing. You can use the stamina to make that a defense, and you have an extra defense on that combat against you. Okay, so that's how that is. Otherwise, the rest of the rules will kind of explain through the game. Okay, it's very, very easy to set up, and you follow the app and stuff like that. Now, I'm going to have to be very careful about filming this because I have to go back to the app to do certain things. I don't try to film this the way and make sure I get every app section that we need to do, and then come back to the map on the table. Okay? Alright, well that is our introduction to Legend of the Dark, our unboxing, and some of the rules that we could talk about right now. The next video will be the start of the campaign, the first episode, and we'll explain some of the more advanced rules while we're playing the game. So I hope you liked the video. Please be patient. I will be filming the next one probably tomorrow, and do a 30-minute part of the campaign, and we'll keep going until we finish the first one. Hope you like the videos, and if you have any comments on any of the videos that I have on my page, please put comments, because anytime I can improve anything is very important to me. So please put comments down. Alright, so take care guys, have a great week. Hope to see you on the next video. Take care.